The following is a Nightfall Media production. For more information, check out nightfallmedia.io. Star Wars Nightfall is a not-for-profit RPG actual play podcast set in the Star Wars universe. Nightfall claims no relationship with Disney, Lucasfilm, or any of their partners or affiliates. Nightfall can be found online at starwarsnightfall.com or twitch.tv/StarWarsNightfall. The following episode contains strong language and simulated acts of violence. Listener discretion is advised.
May the Force be with you.
You're listening to Star Wars Nightfall, Ode to the Inquisitor. This episode contains spoilers for Chapter 13. Discretion is advised. Ode to the Inquisitor stars Rob Hunter as Case Barradoon, and myself, Zach Som, as the Galaxy Master. You guys are in the Jedi Temple. You're in a training room. It is Case Barradoon, Kyle Xander, a number of other younglings, being led in lightsaber combat training by Jedi Master Dooku. And he calls Case Barradoon up to the front. He calls Kyle Xander up to the front. The two of you, why don't you come to the front and show me what you can? And Kyle Xander will walk up towards the front and he will ignite his yellow training saber.
Of course, Master. Case follows hesitantly, knowing that he's never been quite the pupil when it comes to saber training. It's always felt clumsy in his hand, but he stands there, plants his feet, kind of looks at Kyle's to mimic the stance.
Okay.
I assume are they all yellow?
Yeah, I think they're all yellow.
Cool.
I think they're absolutely not, but...
Regardless, mine is.
Okay. So they're both yellow. And Kyle is a little bit arrogant. And he is not even going to wait for Count Dooku to say go. He is just going to slash at you. It's a 6.
Okay.
So I'm going to say he misses. He's young.
Yeah. So, with a wild swipe, I'm going to take a step back, and without the Master's go-ahead, I'm actually going to stand and just kind of take a defensive stance.
Oh.
Be like, And I'm going to look to Count Dooku to see if I can... Is he approving of it, or should I wait?
Your deafness will serve you well, Case. Continue. And Kyle will take another swipe. And you're fighting defensively, so you take another step out of the way.
All right, with that opportunity, assuming it passes back to me, I am going to try to take that opening.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't even make that up. Well, it's a 1. It's not the good shot. Sorry, I forget that he can't. To everyone in Zach's life, we just assume that he's all-seeing. Yep.
So, describe your nat 1.
So, as you kind of lunge at me and I take a step back, I'm kind of feeling well about myself, and I go to swing, and as I do, my thumb bumps the switch and the lightsaber just deactivates. And I don't know, is the lightsaber is it like a proto-saber with like a core rod or something, or is it just like a saber that doesn't burn us out?
It's a saber that doesn't burn us out.
So as it just, it like phases out, and I like stand there looking kind of befuddled for a second before I try to switch it back on.
And while you fumble with your lightsaber switch, Kyle will strike a blow against you. It hits you right in the hand, and you feel heat emanate through your hand.
Oh.
Good, Kyle. Continue.
So for a second, it looks like Case is almost gonna like speak up, like he's making excuses, but he knows this isn't the forum for that. This is a contest, a display for education purposes.
Yeah.
So he puts his hand back on the lightsaber, kind of shakes it off for a second. The saber always felt clumsy in his hand, but even now so, with the horrible stinging stun from the training saber, it feels even more alien. And he is going to just wildly swing like a baseball bat.
Okay.
Suspenseful underlook. Oh, that is an 18.
I'll say that hits.
All right. I don't know the damage on lightsabers.
2d8. I think it's 2d6 on a Shoto.
2d8's fine. 2d8's fine. Plus the damage things. 10.
Okay. So you make quite good contact against Kyle, and he's gonna and he's gonna, stance up again.
It's just an exercise, Kyle.
No.
Garden, turn over there.
No, this is what I was born for. Nothing has ever felt so comfortable as a lightsaber in Kyle's hands. As soon as he made it to the temple, this is what he has been preparing for. He is here to impress Dooku. He is here to impress a Jedi Knight to take him as a Padawan. And he's gonna slash at you.
Yeah, dude.
It's not great. He's gonna spend a dark side point.
Oh, that little shit.
That's 15. So, you see, just a quick glance of anger flash over his face, and he will slash at you. And you put your lightsaber up to defend, but it hits the lightsaber, pushes it back, and he makes contact with you.
Jeez.
For 4 damage. Come on, Case. What are you doing?
So Case's lightsaber is kind of pinned up against him. In fact, it's as the lightsaber pushed down, he's got both of them stealing that 4 damage so he can do his shoulder.
Yep.
He pushes up just a little bit, and quietly as possible, because they're close now, and Count Dooku, I imagine, is a few feet away. Case is going to say, Kyle, this is not the way. And he's going to shove back. So I'm just going to push both lightsabers back at you. Trying to point mine if I can so I can land it well. Staying calm, collected, focused. Paragon of what we are learning today. I just crit. That 20.
Do it.
Okay.
I thought you were supposed to be bad at it.
Yeah, I thought. How are we going to explain this? Roll and double it, right?
Yep.
So 1326.
She's done.
Jesus. And so I push both the lightsabers into Kyle, and they hit him, and I imagine there's stun damage for ion lightsabers or something. Yeah. So the stun damage just knocks him down, and
he's down and out.
Immediately drop my lightsaber and run over to him. Make sure he's okay.
And
Alright, let's count him.
He's gonna be down for 6 seconds. And his eyes are going to open up, and he's going to push you away. No! I'm the lightsaber master. Let's go again. And he will ignite his saber.
It's just an exercise.
Nothing is an exercise. And he's going to swing.
Oh my god.
16.
Yeah, that hits.
So he will deal 8 damage to you.
Alright. I'm not looking great.
So, Dooku interrupts. Kyle, your saber is an extension of the Force, where Case wields it like a weapon. Case took advantage of the opportunity in front of him, but he wields it wildly with no control. You must carry your lightsaber like an extension of yourself. Case only struck a blow because you lost sight on the Force. And Kyle will turn to him. I understand, Master. And he will reignite his blade and stare at you, Case.
Case is looking down at his lightsaber, both hands. He's still shaking the numbness out of one hand, plants in both hand. And Kyle, he's not really hiding much. You can see that he's really thinking he's confused with the fact that he did it wrong because he thought that the goal was to win. So he's kind of thinking through on his head how to bond with this metal stick in his hand. And his eyes flick up to you with a clearly weak sense of confidence.
So Kyle will charge forward, headstrong, and swing his blade at Case.
I feel
17.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. For 10 more damage.
Ooh! So where do you land that one?
So as he's charging forward, he swings his lightsaber kind of wildly. And he's going to hit you kind of in the middle of the chest, right across it as you're taking a step back.
So, right across my chest, and the attempt to evade one hand breaks free of the saber, and as much as I try to focus, my first instinct goes to self-preservation. I lose that second hand grip, so I already know that I've lost my confidence in the swing. But I'm just going to bring it down one hand at a time. That's no fucking joke. And that's why I'm throwing this dice out. That's another nat 1.
That's impressive. Okay. So...
How many times did I roll? 4? 2 nat 1s?
I think it was 3 or 4.
Yeah. So, as you swing... you swing and you miss. And Kyle is going to kind of reach towards you. He's going to grab your lightsaber. And he's going to pull on your saber. And he's going to wrench it out of your grip. He now has both blades. You're not cut out for this case.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The cast here at Nightfall Media is proud to present our Patreon, a place to create new experiences while exploring our past journeys.
With content like the Raincor's Pit, an after show where the cast breaks down the most recent episode, and an inside look to the cast outside of the show.
See the cast you love put on a show in other TTRPG systems. Listen to them as they play as scoundrel pirates in Pirateborg, or listen to them as classic adventurers in D&D 5e.
Furthermore, the cast has loads of ideas for your own TTRPGs at home. Try out one of Rob Hunter's fully written out characters, or visit Payton Castle's Vault of Magic Items.
A handful of shows for your viewing pleasure, and take-home goodies for your own TTRPG adventures. All of this for just $3.
Still hungry for more content? Join our Discord server where you can interact with other fans of the show, get notifications of when the cast streams, and updates on Nightfall Media directly from the cast. Hope to see you there.
So as Kyle leans in and taunts me, I don't know if it's so much dark side that I give into to make a mistake. If you want to consider it a dark side point, I think that's fair, but it's more instinct. I think Case would feel this is the first real connection with the Force that he's had, is that he knows you're moving on him. And for all the grace that you seem to carry with the lightsaber, he strikes out with his fist. Not a 1. I rolled the same dice, but it didn't roll on this time. That's actually... the dice base is a 16.
That'll hit.
Yeah, I'm like...
It'll hit.
It's not ours.
Make your hit.
Okay, damage, yeah, right. It was 2d8.
That's impressive. So Kyle is just knocked onto his back. You hit him in that uppercut right in the chin. He's knocked onto his back. He's almost out. And Dooku steps forward. That is enough for now. And the scene ends. So, Case, you are in the Jedi archives, and you are researching some very old information, very old history about the Knights of the Old Republic and the old Republic of the Jedi Civil War, the Mandalorian War.
Yes.
What do you find?
So, going through the research, I'm primarily looking for old Jedi practices. Knowing that the lightsaber is something that's always kind of felt clumsy in my hand, and in the years since I have never, ever even come close to mastering. In fact, that fight with Kyle was short-lived, as Kyle spent most of his time training to make sure it never happened again. So I went back looking, because lightsabers are relatively advanced technology, and surely there was a time before that where the Jedi were something more. And although I don't find much from that period, I do find some information about an ancient Jedi master named Bastila Shaw, who used a ancient form of channeling the Force called battle meditation. And it was said that she could turn the tide of an entire fight, battle, even war, through meditating on the Force and affecting subtly the minds of both sides, boosting morale in one and sowing discord in the others, to the point where it was said that entire armies would lay down their arms. And this is something that spoke to me. This is something that I was at first excited about, and then later became ashamed that the Jedi Order don't teach this sort of thing. We learned lightsaber combat before we learned to actually bring peace through contemplation and meditation. And it was sadly my first instinct to bring this to Kyle's attention. He had the ear of the masters, he was the prodigy. Surely if they'd listen to anyone, it would be him.
Well, I'm no prodigy compared to young Skywalker, but I have the ear of a few Jedi Masters. So, what do you want me to bring to them?
Show them this information, that entire wars can be ended.
I don't know that's real. I mean, this could be based on fable, which is no real evidence here that Bastila or anyone existed. I mean, she was really... The story is about Revan. She was a side character, and Revan was a master of blades, master of two blades. It's someone I aspire to myself.
Kyle, imagine if you didn't have to fight a battle. What if you could win it without anyone falling?
It's our job. We're knights. We fight to protect.
We bring peace. First and foremost, we are its defenders. What you're talking about is war. That's what they're training you for.
I don't see it as you do, Case. I see it as fighting to protect people. I don't know that...
What about the people we're fighting?
The droids? What are you gonna do against them?
You make a good point, but still, when this all ends, there will be divide in the galaxy.
No, we will reunite the galaxy. The Separatists will be brought back with open arms. I can't imagine they're going to just simply execute half the galaxy.
They won't have a choice but to come back because they know they'll be killed.
I don't see it as you do, Case. I don't understand, I guess.
Mark my words, there will come a day when the Jedi won't have the strength of numbers and the strength of their blades. It's coming, whether you like to admit it or not.
I don't see that day. I don't see it as you do. I'm sorry that you don't see it that way.
Days turn into months. They pass, just as the Masters pass me by. I was nothing to them. They saw me as a librarian, a bookworm. But I had fighting spirit. Dooku saw that once. Maybe just that once. But Kyle never sided with me. He never had any interest in looking into the old ways aside from his obsession with Revan. And in time, it seems that I was forgotten, much like Bastila in the archives. And the Masters moved on, they took their apprentice, and I was cast to the wind. The war raged, battle droids and separatist armies took planet after planet. And then much like I foretold, the Republic formed an army. They had no intention of bringing peace, they wanted to bring war. Peace talks ceased, and clones flooded the galaxy. Kyle and his master rose quickly, and I became nothing more than a recruit under the command of another Jedi Master, my NATO of Sigma Squad. But I could make a difference. I would find a way. I just needed them to listen.
So, Case, you are on a bridge. In front of you, there's a dozen battle droids. You see your compatriots, Susie, Photon. They abandon you. They leave up the elevator shaft. You reach to join them and the door closes. You turn around behind you. You see Solyagad in his jetpack. Flying off into the distance, he seems to have Cyro Tilk clutched in his arms. What do you do?
I am broken at this point, abandoned by my squad. There's no one with me that remains.
They have left you. But it was cool.
Yeah. Go check out the prologue for more information. So, the elevator doors close. And Case stands there in a moment of shock. No sound, hears nothing. Bursts of light as explosions go off. The glare and burning trail of Solyagad's jetpack vanishing into the distance. And Case can't help but picture himself, that young child back in the Jedi Temple. He sees the Masters turn away from him one by one, The only one that ever gave him focus, Count Dooku, dead. His body paraded around as a war trophy. And now even his own squad, sworn to protect him, turned their back and gone. He has given everything to upholding the ideal of peace, even amongst a brutal war. And that's when he realizes that there is only one enemy that has taunted him his entire life. One faction that has said he's not good enough, that has said he must be deadlier, must be more armed and unforgiving, trained him to be a weapon, and now he is not enough to even be turned back for. The Jedi. They are a plague on this galaxy. They have poisoned his mind for too long. And just at that moment, a blaster bolt hits him right in the shoulder from below, and he drops to a knee. His fists still burning from the convection. The only force power he really learned to master, channeling all of that power into his fists. He turns to see that battle droid and takes off sprinting towards him. And he's going to make an attack roll. A 19.
That'll do it.
Yeah. So as he brings down his lightsaber, 10 damage at the droid.
It's not going to destroy it, but it's going to do a considerable amount of damage.
Digs
to it.
through its chassis, sparks fly, and he just keeps moving, sprinting. He runs droid to droid. Right, so I bring my fist down on this battle droid, just 10 damage. Dents its chassis, sends it flying a few feet back, lifts its gun. There's so many droids. I gotta get out of here. So I'm gonna take off running.
And a droideka stands tall above you. It's about 8 feet tall. It's actually a B3 battle droid. A Magna Guard stands in your way. It stands tall, spinning its electro staff.
I'm either going to die or I'm going to kill this.
It raises its staff above you and it's going to take a swing. And its swing is going to hit you, dealing 12 damage.
I don't think I was actually struck. No, I was in the crash though. Okay, so I'm alive still.
Yep. Yeah, you got plenty of hit points.
But that's not inspiring. I don't have plenty of hit points. I'm fighting a Magna Guard that's not. Alright. It's a melee with me, so we're going to attack of opportunity, so I have to hit it. So I'm going to take a swing. Ooh. 10, I'm going to force point just because I need to hit this fight. And I rolled one of the force points.
That'll miss. Oh, 18. Yeah, 18 will hit it.
No, not an 18. It's the wrong stats. Because I was looking at the Inquisitor stats. It's plus. I don't know what his stats modifier would be. On 11, my modifier at this point is probably like a 3 or 4, so probably not.
Okay.
15.
A 15 will hit.
A Magna Guard? Alright. Fuck is my fucking D8? There it is. 13.
13 damage. I'm gonna say it pushes it back, and it falls back off of the bridge.
Oh, shit. Alright, so at this point, I'm gonna turn, and I guess just do a perception to see how many droids am I really facing right now. Is there any hope? Yeah.
There's probably 10 B2s and 1 Magna Guard.
Okay. I guess I'll do my best. Is there any way out of here?
You could head towards the elevator, you could head through the bridge and through the droids, and at the other end, there would be somewhere to go.
Okay, I'm going to run
Okay.
in that direction as fast as I can, trying to avoid any attacks on opportunity if possible.
Okay.
But I think at this point I have to take them. I can't sit and keep fighting.
1, 2, 3, 6, 9,
So many dice hitting the droid.
12. So of the 12 attacks of opportunity, I think
Jesus.
3 of them hit you.
Oh! Alright.
For a grand total of 30 across the 4 attacks, so I don't think any of them will beat your damage threshold.
Oh, okay. But I am...
You're pretty low, but you're still up.
No, I'm pretty fucked. Okay, I'm up.
As you burst through these battle droids and you reach the end of the hallway, you find a kind of a mirroring elevator that seems to go somewhere else.
I don't think I have another option.
Okay. And as you get towards the elevator, you turn behind you. The droids seem to just stand up straight, straighten out, almost like they've shut down. the light from their eyes dims, and you receive a call over your communicator. And you lift your wrist, you look at it, and you bring it up to your face. It's the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the Dark Shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Do not return to the temple, that time has passed, and our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships, but we must persevere. And in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you, always.
Standing in the elevator, listening to Master Kenobi, and watching the battle droids deactivate, I can only assume that this means... I guess I can't imagine what this means. Maybe the end of the war? Possibly the end of the Jedi. But if that's the case, I'm gonna see it through. I've been abandoned by everyone. So I head back to the Jedi Temple. And whatever Jedi I find there will finally hear what I have to say, or answer for their actions.
Case. Fuck, I did it twice in a row. That's impressive.
Case.
So Case, what's up?
They're just swapping names.
When I'm in need of clean energy and laser focus, I take a moment to meditate, reaching out to ghost energy.
Have no fear. I'm here to provide you the focus and energy you seek. Take this can of Strabango Margarita Ghost Energy and fulfill your destiny.
My goodness, this divine liquid is clear, and its flavor is superb. Is it truly vegan and gluten-free?
Indeed, young one.
Is it true that it has 0 sugar?
Not a sugar to find.
It also lists a multitude of nutritious vitamins. That can't be possible.
But it is. Ghost Energy is transparent in their labeling, making it clear to the people what they are drinking.
Then I shall meditate more often, for I shall see myself wanting more.
It is much easier than that, child. You can find it in stores near you, and find a link in the show notes of Nightfall episodes for a 20% discount on Ghost Energy products.